The next question, question 6, is, oh, I just kicked my camera. Good job. Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with the BookTube Newbie Tag 2.0. So this is a tag that I have seen circling for quite a while. It is the BookTube Newbie Tag 2.0, so it's like after you've been on BookTube for a little bit. And considering that this is the 4-year anniversary, I think, of me starting my YouTube channel, I thought it might be kind of fun just to like see kind of what some of these questions are and see kind of, you know, how it's been for the past 4 years. I really just started this completely on a whim, and it's become so much more of my life, and like I've loved making videos and I've loved the little community that we have created here. So just thank you, every single one of you, if you've been here from the beginning or if you are new and this is your very first video. Thank you for being part of this little family we've got here. And let's just get into the tag. I'm very excited about this. I will put the original person who created this tag down below if you'd like to see that. As well as, if you're at all curious, my very first video here on YouTube was the newbie tag. It is horrendous quality, but I haven't gotten rid of it. It's still on the channel if you'd like to check it out. It's just, oh, it's bad. It's bad. So the very first question is, what genres would you like to see talked about more on BookTube? And for me, I think this is something that actually did start last year. This is actually something that has become, at least in the circles that I am in, and that is indie publishers and indie authors, because, and like self-published authors and people like that, because like they write some really incredible books that just some of the more traditional publishers wouldn't, you know, get published, and then they're actually incredible. Like I have plenty of books on my shelves that are indie published or self-published, and I absolutely adore them. I think there's some really, really good self-published works out there that just need to be talked about more. And so I'd love that. It's not really a genre, but it's kind of a genre of things that I've seen been talked about quite a lot in the last few months, but I would love to see grow even more, because I always want to make my shelves more and more indie published, and you know, really support those people who were so in love with trying to get their book published that they did it themselves, and like that takes a lot of guts. So I'd love to continue to see that kind of support for those people. The second question is, what do you feel is the best ways to make friends on BookTube? Now, I am not the best person to ask about this because I am really bad. I have so much anxiety when it comes to like reaching out to people, so I don't, and I need to do that, because like some of the people that have become some of my closest friends here are people who reached out to me because they found my channel, and we started a conversation, and now we're like biffles. So I would say, if you see someone who you really identify with, or someone that like you really like, you have the same book tastes, or just something about them really speaks to you, reach out to them, direct message them, whichever way you want to do it. I use Instagram more, but I know some people are bigger Twitter people, so whichever platform you feel the most comfortable reaching out on, I would say find a reason to strike up a conversation, whether it's a book they just talked about, or something like a video they just did, or just something they posted that really spoke to you. That way you can start that conversation, and that's a really good way to meet new people, and you know, join, you know, book clubs and groups and stuff, and those usually have Discord forums and things like that, where you can find more people who are interested in whatever it is that you're interested in. So just kind of like, even though I'm terrible at it, I admit, I would say reaching out to people or joining book clubs are probably, in my opinion, the best options. The next question is, what will or do you enjoy the most about making BookTube videos? And I think for me, it's, I mean, since the beginning, I have never been like fake on the internet. It sounds really bad, but like I've never been like a fake persona. I've never been like someone I'm not, but like in the course of these 4 years, I've seen myself be more and more me. Like there's weird parts of me that like I just didn't really even show anybody, and they just have come out in like the last few years. And I think for me it's really being me, like being my really weird, authentic, ridiculous, crazy self, that like if you were to meet me in person, what you see in these videos is who you would meet. I am that person 110%. And it's really nice to be able to see, even in just like myself and like watching like some of my old videos, just see like little things that like are not even something that like most people would even really realize, but just seeing little differences of like weirdness. And like it's just, I don't know, being me, I guess, is my favorite part, is like seeing that progression to just someone that's like more authentic, I guess. Even though I wasn't never authentic, but you guys know what I mean. The next question, question 4, is what will or do you look least forward to about making YouTube videos? And for me, I would say, with specific videos, I would say like some of the editing is very time consuming. Like for example, the video I just posted, like I think a couple of weeks ago, last week, where I went over all the stats from the previous year and then all of the books that I read that like in 2021. I loved that video. I loved how it turned out. I loved the process of like just showing a year, like a snapshot into a year. I love that, just to have that for even just for me. But that's a beast to edit and a beast to film, because you have to really set aside time to go through all of those books, especially if you've got like a lot of books like I did. So like that one was a pain to edit, but I loved the end result. So it's really this double-edged like sword almost, where you're like, I mean, I don't hate it, because there are some videos that I love to edit. I love editing my TBRs, but then sometimes there are videos that I'm just like, I don't want to. So it's just, it kind of depends on the specific video, but I would say finding time to edit, because, you know, my life is kind of crazy. Like even though we're not really doing anything, I still have a full-time 9-to-5 job almost, and I don't have a whole lot of time to film and edit. So I have to kind of like manage time. Is fun, but yeah, so depending on the video, but time to edit is never as fun as I want it to be. The next question is, what videos other than tags, TBRs, wrap-ups, reviews, and recommendations would you want to see more of? And this is, like, I would like to do more of these myself, which I am doing, and those are themed vlogs. I think themed vlogs and themed TBRs are so entertaining, because I think these, you know, these vlogs and these themed TBRs are just so creative. People come up with the most interesting and bizarre ideas that I'm like, oh, of course that would be a great vlog, but like I would never have thought of that. So I love seeing those types of videos, and those just kind of off the path, different kind of videos. I mean, I'm a sucker for the normal TBRs, wrap-ups, hauls, things like that. I love those types of videos. I love doing those types of videos. I love watching those types of videos. But I feel like themed TBRs are definitely a thing that a lot of people do, but either it's just like the people that I follow like 2 or 3 people who actually do them, and I love it because they're always so different, and I love doing them because it makes me think a little bit differently about books and how to put them together to make these kind of, you know, secret TBRs and themes and stuff like that. So I would say those are always fun for me. So question 6 is, what are some themes that you want to see more of or less of in books? And I've literally been sitting here for like 10 minutes trying to think of good answers. I don't know, because like things that I don't like doesn't mean that they're like bad things. They're just like tropes or specific things that like aren't for me, but lots of people love them and they're not bad things, if that makes sense. I don't know, maybe see less of love triangles, because like they are very much out of fashion now, I think, compared to what they used to be like, but you have to do it right. Like love triangles have to be done right, and I don't even know how to explain to you what that way is. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for this one, because like I am a huge fan of like different types of tropes, but like there are tons of books out there with tropes that I love. I just haven't found them yet. So it's not like I want to see more of those. I just want to see I don't know, maybe see books that have a lot more representation in them, not just like, I mean, obviously the LGBT plus community as well, but like maybe some disability representation in them and stuff like that. I don't know if it's just like the circles I run in, I don't see as many as other people do. I'm sure there are tons, but there always needs to be more, so maybe something like that. It's probably something I'd like to see more of. So that's my answer. Number 7, what are some of your BookTube goals? So I don't set goals for my BookTube just because this is for me. Like, I love making videos. I will make videos until I stop loving it. Like, this is not, I never went into this wanting this to be my full-time job. I still don't want this to be my full-time job. I want this to be a hobby that I've got on the side, that if it helps financially, awesome, but like that's not my goal. So I never put goals on myself as far as BookTube goes, because like I feel like I can't control those. So like I'm close to 2,000 subscribers, so maybe that by the end of the year would be kind of cool. But again, like I love every single person who's already part of this family. I don't want the number to get in the way of that, because like I really don't ever look at like my statistics as far as YouTube goes, because if I like the video, it's going out. It's kind of how I see it. So yeah, I mean, maybe that's a goal, but I don't really have any. The next question is, what kind of advice would you give to a booktuber who is just creating a channel? So these are probably ones that you've heard before, but if you're thinking about creating a booktube or any kind of YouTube channel and you're really hesitant, just do it. It's going to be rough. The first few months, 2 years are going to be rough. There's no way around it, because you're learning this thing that you're doing. So don't expect the first few videos you do to ever be like the most amazing things ever. Like, I don't ever like looking back on my first year here, because a lot of them are really cringy, but I love them because they got me where I am. And like, I just decided to jump in one day and here I am. So I would say just go ahead and do it. You've got plenty of the community here that's here to support you. So you've got your people here, don't worry. So just kind of jump in. And then the other one that I would suggest is do the videos that you want to do. So if you're someone who wants to do these crazy outlandish themed vlogs and challenges and stuff, awesome, do it. If you're someone who wants to be a little more tame like me, which is your normal TBRs, wrap-ups, hauls, things like that, then do it. Whatever you want to do those videos. That's kind of where like my head is at, is that I love when people suggest types of videos for me to do. I definitely keep them in the back of my brain, so if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to leave them below. But I always do the videos that I want to do, so like I would never force myself to do a video that like I'm dreading doing. I want to enjoy the videos, and I want to be proud of those videos. So that's kind of what I do, is I do the videos that I want to do, and so that's what I would suggest mostly, is jump in and then do what you want to do. Number 9, what are some qualities and traits that you look for when you watch other booktubers? So the biggest one for me is personality. How are they coming off the videos? Are they fun and entertaining to watch? And usually there's so many amazing booktubers out there, you guys. So that's usually what grabs my attention first, is who they are kind of personality-wise. And then I will look at kind of what books they're interested in. Now, I definitely follow lots of people who I love their personality, but their book tastes and I do not go along at all. I would never read the same books that they do, but they're very entertaining to watch. So like, it's it kind of just depends, but I would say personality is the biggest thing for me. Sometimes I also look at their editing, because if their editing is really cool, then I will stick around. The last question, at number 10, is, what is a fun fact about you or a hobby besides reading and writing that people on BookTube might not know you have? I'm not sure I have a life outside of books. I mean, I like to do crafts. I'm just not good at them. We actually just got my mother-in-law's old Cricut, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna start doing stuff with that. So I think that could be a future hobby that I do. As far as other hobbies, I would say the only one that kind of like sticks out in my head, and it's not really a hobby, but it's like I like to design things. So if my husband is doing something for school, he'll ask me to design little things for it. Like for example, last year he was doing a talent show, and he asked me to design a logo for that, so I did. And so little things like that, like I'll create posters for him and stuff like that. And then like all of my thumbnails and things like that, those are all kind of design stuff as well. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. So like that is part of BookTube, but it's also not like I do other things with that. And that's just been a lot of fun. I went to school for communications, so I've done a lot of design stuff throughout the years, and so whenever I'm able to do a little something for somebody, that's always been fun. So I'll say that designing things, posters, logos, things like that. But I feel like the cricket's gonna be big here real soon. Once I actually like dive in, I need to get some stuff for it because I don't have all of the necessary stuff. But I feel like doing those kinds of crafts is gonna get real big over here. But that is all I have in this little quick little tag for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if anything I said resonated with you down below, or if you are here on BookTube and have been for a while, feel free to leave an answer or two for some of these. Oh, here's one. What is the themes that you hate the most or love the most in books? Let me know. I'm really bad at that. I could not figure out a good answer for that one. And if you want to leave an emoji, leave... Ooh, let's leave like a little snowflake. I've got snowflakes on my fingers, and actually it's snowing. There is snow on the ground here, guys, which never freaking happens. So leave a snowflake or a snowman, something cold. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to be part of this awesome growing family. I've also got all my social media down there, as well as other fun bookish links, so don't forget to check all that out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!